today is all about family. And my son Bobby is joining me in the kitchen.
That's right.
Starting with a delicious bite-sized tomato and mozzarella tarts.
This is a super simple little appetizer.
A loaded with flavor spinach stuffed zucchini.
God, that's good.
We're grilling up spiced rubbed shell steaks. Ooh, a doggies.
Yeah.
An easy watermelon dessert with a citrus twist. This is a meal that the whole family can enjoy, y'all. So let's get this meal going, Bobby. We're making your recipe for grilled spiced rub shell steaks. I'm just gonna brush our grill with a little olive oil because it's getting hot.
I see it and I
I'm
feel
using our cast iron griddle to cook these steaks inside now.
I busted a garlic clove.
And you're just gonna rub that
Rubbing
meat.
it down.
Now, what kind of steaks are these?
It's a shell steak. It's real tender and it comes from the short loin.
From the short loin. Somewhere.
Right about there.
So, well, it looks delicious.
It does look
son.
good. They're really big steaks too.
And while you're rubbing our meat with garlic, I'm gonna start putting together our rub.
It's real simple.
And to make our rub, yeah, it's so simple. I'm gonna use 2 teaspoons of dry mustard, 1.5 teaspoons of dried oregano. So I have switched to the 1/2 teaspoon. And I'm gonna use 1 teaspoon of chili powder. It'll give it some nice flavor. And to that, I'm gonna add a little salt, a little fresh ground pepper. So just that quickly, we've got our rub together. And you can really make them up out of any of your dry spices and herbs that you got in your cabinet. Depends
And
what you
I've done that. I've experimented a little bit at my house with some different rubs for ribs and things like that.
Yeah, let me just pat down this rub on there. And I'm gonna put the rub on.
You want me to flip it for you?
No, honey, that's all right. I've already got my hands all over this meat, so.
Those are beautiful steaks.
Aren't they beautiful? All right, we are gonna need a side dish to go with this beautiful shell steak you got going. Here, and I'm gonna wash my hands. I love it when I have the opportunity to get in here in the kitchen with my family, and we always have a good time.
Yes, we do.
Cooking.
And I usually learn something when I'm here too. I like that.
You do. You know, and I learn things from you too.
Really?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
How not?
No.
kidding.
Now we're gonna cook these, y'all, about 6 or 7 minutes per side.
Right. And with a good steak, flip it one time.
One time. And we like ours like medium rare. Or it's medium.
We like ours medium. I like mine a little more medium. A little more medium.
Like ours medium rare.
Let's get some veggie going. You want to?
Okie doke, son. You want to get over here and...
I do.
And because this is another one of your recipes.
It is.
I'll get the pot going.
Okay.
We're gonna slice up some fennel, just taking the tops off those. And we're gonna do some red bell pepper.
It's got a really nice smell to it.
Oh, I love it. It smells just like licorice, y'all.
It does. That's exactly what it smells like.
All right, so I'm gonna slice us up some red bell pepper.
Okay.
You know, I love the red, Bobby, because first of all, they add a lot of color, but they're much sweeter than a green bell pepper. All right, so let's get us a little olive oil in your pan. So in goes our red bell pepper. And you always want to hold your bell pepper. What, son?
No. It just reminds me of you slicing those bell peppers. I learned back in the bag lady days. My mom taught me not to throw away anything except for that stem and just those seeds that are in the inside.
You know, I would see people working in the kitchen and they'd take
throw away the whole top. Just cut off that whole top with an inch of bell pepper on.
And I would go behind them and say, "Is you crazy?"
Yeah, and I learned from that.
But you'll want to make sure that the skin side is down on your cutting board, because if you're working with a dull knife,
tear it up.
It can slip and you can really cut yourself so easily.
Yeah.
In goes the fennel and onion. All right, so we're gonna toss this around. Those flavors are gonna be so good, y'all, with that steak. Yes, I smell them, son. All right, now I'm gonna put just a little bit of salt and pepper. on our veggies.
We got some nice scents going in here.
Yes, we do. So let's come on down here.
All right.
And we're gonna get our zucchini squash ready
Okay.
for our delicious spinach stuffed zucchini. So all we're gonna do is cut these completely in two, son.
Okay.
If you would just start brushing those with olive oil.
Right.
And then we will just put them on our baking sheet. And we're gonna put these in the oven about 400 degrees. And we're gonna let them bake for 15 minutes or until they're tender, because we are gonna pull these out. Let me put a little salt on them, just a little seasoning, and then just place those cut side down, Bobby.
This is a great, I know that you like baked potatoes very much, and you pass that on to me, I do too. But this is a nice substitute for eating a baked potato.
Yes, it is. Bobby is truly my son, y'all. He'll go out and order a salad with a side of French fries.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and put the zucchini in the oven because it's about that time.
Let me check these steaks, son. Ooh, a doggies.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Ooh, doggy, doggy. Look at that, y'all. That dry rub has crusted over on that steak, giving it almost a charred, blackened look. It is gonna be delicious.
God, it smells so good.
I'm so lucky you my family.
Well, you know what? I'm lucky you're mine.
Y'all stick around, because we're gonna be right back in this kitchen with family, and we're cooking.
Steaks, y'all.
Yes, we're gonna be finishing up the filling for your savory spinach stuffed zucchini. Pretty good, huh?
Mm-hmm, it is.
Together we make the ultimate appetizer.
And it's one of those things that people will think you went to a lot more trouble than you actually did.
And a light and refreshing dessert to top our meal off. I adore watermelon, y'all. I so hope y'all are enjoying the show. And if you do, be sure to click like, subscribe, and the notification bell so you'll never miss a video. And we'll be right back after the break. So, Bobby, I say the steaks are ready.
Yeah, I know which one's yours.
Which one?
This one.
All right, put them up here on this platter, and we'll just kind of cover them up.
I think mine might have just a minute more left to go.
You think so?
I think it might.
Not long.
Sorry. You gonna eat them both?
If I have to. All right, why don't you take our squash out? I've got us some things that we're gonna need to stuff our zucchini with. I'm gonna be using a 10-ounce package of thawed spinach. And these contain a lot of water, y'all. So there's a couple of ways you can do it. You can stick it down in a colander and press it. Or you can just squeeze it with your hands like I've just done. All right, son, is your steak ready now?
Yeah, that was enough for me. I just like mine just a little more done than yours.
I know it. All right, so come on over here, son.
Okay.
And if you'd be dicing us up some onion.
Okay.
And while you do that, Bobby, I'm gonna melt some butter in this pan. I'm gonna get us up a couple of tablespoons of basil. Just gonna slice this up. And I'm gonna put it over into our vegetables, y'all.
This is similar to a twice-baked potato, right? But it's done with a zucchini.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of like
yeah.
that. We're gonna take everything out of the zucchini, reconfigure it, so to speak,
Yeah.
and put it back in.
Yeah. All right, now I'm gonna just put this in this bowl, get it off the stove. So now we can focus on the filling for the zucchini. So in goes our onion, but I finished that up for you.
You want me to be scooping out the insides of these zucchini?
That'd be great, son. There's nothing, Bobby, that makes me happier than being here in my kitchen and seeing those wonderful afternoon storms roll in.
Mm-hmm. You got a great view of them.
All right, so my onions are becoming kind of transparent. So what I'm gonna do now, y'all, is I'm gonna add 1 cup of a chicken flavored stuffing mix, and you can buy this at your grocery store. And this is gonna be like our breadcrumbs, but they're gonna be flavored So this is gonna give it even a little bit more flavoring than just a regular breadcrumb would. All right, I'm gonna toss in our spinach. Now I'm gonna add about a half a cup of sour cream. I'm just gonna eyeball this, about a half a cup.
I think I've just about got all these zucchinis pulled out.
Okay, well, I'm ready for them. Toss them down here in my pot. Now I'm gonna add about a cup of sharp cheddar cheese.
Right in here? I don't need to
son, just
do anything to this at all?
Not a thing. Just pour it on in there. All right. All I have to do, Bobby, is mix that up, and we're gonna stuff it back into our zucchini shells.
Okay.
And then we're gonna run them back in the oven. And while you're over there, you might wanna lower the temperature on that oven.
Okay.
Because we baked them off at 400 degrees. But now we're gonna rebake them at 350, son. So.
All right, got it.
And I'm gonna give this a little taste because I have no salt or anything in it yet.
It smells really, really good.
It's just gonna need a tiny pinch of salt.
I'm gonna go ahead and bring over the zucchini shells.
And I hope you don't get in Cody's way.
I know, excuse me, Cody.
Cody's right along back here. He can be the biggest sissy.
I've seen him be a sissy.
He is petrified.
I've seen him.
Of thunder and
I
lightning.
think that's why he's over here right now.
Oh, that's exactly why he's here. He'll come find me and cower by me. All right, Bobby, I'm gonna start filling these shells up.
Well, I just can't resist.
Here,
I want to
son,
have one more bite.
I want you to taste it. Reach over there where you can get to it. Pretty good, huh?
Mm-hmm, it is.
Y'all are gonna find that chicken-flavored stuffing mix, y'all, is really gonna kind of pop that up. I'm gonna fill that up.
All righty, back in the oven for...
Okay. 10 minutes, 350. And we're getting very, very close to this family pulling this meal together.
Yeah, it's good.
Bobby and I get to making a fast and simple appetizer. And they're gonna be crusty and yummy and cheesy. And Bobby just can't keep his hands off our spice rub steak. You are serious about that steak, aren't you?
It's delicious.
We top our lime and ginger dressed watermelon with an unexpected ingredient. This is a bomb. I hope y'all are enjoying the show, and I want to hear from you. Tell me what recipes or videos you'd like to see me make by just leaving a short comment below. Now, let's get back to the show, y'all. All right, it's time to taste, Bobby.
Yep.
Let me get the zucchini out.
Okay.
Now, you go ahead and pick out the steak that you want.
I did that a long time ago.
Ooh, our zucchinis look good. I love me some meat.
I do too. Well, this is yours right here.
Okay. Gonna put us a little vegetables on. Beautiful. That wonderful fennel and basil. All right, and here comes the zucchini.
Yeah. Here comes the steak
Bobby,
over here.
Your steak is cooked perfectly for you. Turn that around so everybody can see it. Look at that. That's just the way you like them.
That's exactly how I like it.
Well, I'm gonna try mine.
Gyro.
Ooh-wee.
That's right.
I love meat.
That's right. God, that's good.
You know, Bobby, I might like the zucchini as good as I do the steak, son. I love zucchini.
Well, the steak, it's a great cut of steak.
Yeah, it is. And how about that crust?
But the rub that you put on,
rub.
the rub you put on is what makes it.
Well, Bobby, I see you got some more things
Yeah,
out
I got
on the
something I want to show you, man. I'm gonna try to choke this steak down before I do that. Before we move on to the appetizers.
We're getting ready to make bite-sized tomato and mozzarella tarts. I see you got puff pastry down there.
Go look
Parmesan
at
cheese.
it. Go see what I got. You can cook it if you want to.
I think I'm gonna have a hard time getting Bobby away from his steak. So y'all, come on. Even though it's his recipe, I'll start without him. Isn't that delicious yummy?
Do yourself a favor and go cook these steaks.
The zucchini, y'all, was so good. Bobby, I'm impressed.
In place of a baked potato anytime.
Oh, yeah.
Anytime.
All right, so we're gonna take our puff pastry. And I'm gonna rub it with a little flour so I can handle it a little bit easier. Now, this has been thawed out so that I can cut out circles with my biscuit cutter.
All right, this is a super simple little appetizer.
Okay.
It's like a...
We're kind of doing it backwards, aren't we? We
Yeah, we are.
Walk off and leave our meal.
I'm having a hard time leaving my steak to come show y'all how to do this.
We're down here making appetizers.
With just a frozen little puff pastry. I'm gonna prick the tops of this puff pastry a little bit.
You know, there's a lot of convenience foods out there, y'all, that is not worth a tinker's flip.
But this is.
But puff pastry is one of those convenience foods that is so, so good.
Only takes a few minutes to cook.
So
And
we're taking...
And it's one of those things that people will think you went to a lot more trouble than you actually did.
All right, so we've got some Parmesan cheese here.
Yep, just grate a little bit of it, and we're gonna sprinkle that right on top of these tarts. Got the oven on 400, 5 minutes.
Okay, that's great. I don't do mine that way, but that's all right.
Well, I'm doing mine that way.
That's right, because this is your recipe, Sonny boy.
I'm doing mine that way, because I want to eat my steak. If you ain't careful, I'm gonna eat your steak too.
You are serious about that steak, aren't you?
It's delicious.
I'm slicing your tomatoes. These tomatoes are beautiful. Okay, Bobby, that puff pastry should be ready. I got your cheese grated. I'm fixing to slice your mozzarella.
All right.
You can just fit that pan right there,
All right,
son.
hot stuff. Cody, let me know if I'm in your way.
And Bobby, you just reach over here, son, and get what you need.
Okay.
And you put these together the way you choose to.
I think I would start right here.
Okay.
With cheese.
I've done many a party with some form of tomato sandwich or tomato tart.
They're always a big hit, too.
I do it a little differently,
How do you
Bobby. I put mine right on the raw dough. Brush them with a little olive oil and put it right on the raw dough.
And some basil?
Aren't you ready for your basil?
I am. Go tear those leaves maybe in half, and we'll put like a half a leaf on
Okay, there
each
you
one.
go.
These tomato rings are just about the same size as our puff pastry.
Little bit of salt to bring out those flavors and the acid in that tomato.
A little bit of the mozzarella right on top of each
Okie doke.
pastry. Ooh, this is gonna be good. You see where this is headed, don't you?
I sure do, son.
That's it.
Okay.
So we're gonna put them back in the oven.
We're gonna let them bake for 10 minutes at 350 degrees. And they're gonna be crusty and yummy and cheesy. We create dessert bursting with flavor. The dressing is delicious, isn't it? I so hope y'all are enjoying the show. And if you do, be sure to click like, subscribe, and the notification bell so you'll never miss a video. And we'll be right back after the break. Bobby, see about your tomato tarts.
Perfect.
They are good.
They're perfect.
All right, now I'm cutting us up some watermelon. Love some watermelon. So if you get down here, son, after you get us a few of those plated,
I'm gonna just put a little bit of basil.
and you can come down here and mix up our dressing. It's a sweet and tart lime and ginger dressing that we're gonna drizzle over our watermelon. And it's 1/4 of a cup of pineapple juice, 1/4 of a cup of honey, and 1/4 of a cup of lime juice. Now, Bobby, let me show you our secret ingredient. I've got some salt out here, and look at this beautiful salt, y'all. It's a hand-processed sea salt that comes from Brittany, France. Beautiful salt. And I like salt on my watermelon.
This is a juicy lime. I got a 1/4 cup out of it.
So there's our watermelon.
All right, so I got the pineapple juice, the honey, and 1/4 cup of lime going in.
All we need now is 1.5 teaspoons of ginger.
Yeah, because that's
So I'm
pretty.
just gonna use our whisk to break down that ginger. I'm just gonna kind of drizzle it over our watermelon. And then we're gonna take that wonderful salt from France and sprinkle on top of it. Look how coarse that is.
I like that.
You like it?
I do. Well, we were
Be careful, don't get it too salty.
You and Dad had me eating salt on watermelons. And shoot, all the fruits that we used to eat, cantaloupes and honeydews and everything, pretty good with a little salt on it.
I like salt and pepper on my cantaloupe. There you go, Sonny boy. Grab those tomato tarts, Bobby. Love a tart.
Shoot, yeah.
Love a tart. I love the mozzarella.
Golly.
All right, I'm gonna dive in.
Is it good?
I adore watermelon, y'all.
I do too, but...
I remember as a little bitty kid when we lived at River Bend.
Oh, wow. That is good.
And Trina and I would just be underfoot and in the adults' way while they were trying to run that restaurant. And they would cut us a great big old watermelon. And Trina and I would sit out there and do a number on that watermelon. And they knew for a little bit we would stay out of their hair.
Love that sea salt. That's great.
The dressing is delicious, isn't it?
It works real, real well with watermelon. And that, like I said, that salt hitting.
The salt is a bomb. You can buy this at specialty grocery stores. Bobby, it's hard to believe that you and I just stuffed slam full.
I'm so full.
We've had such a good time today because we are family. Hey, y'all, it's Paula Deen. Now, if y'all enjoyed this week's full episode Friday, be sure to like it and click the subscribe button as well as the notification bell to be alerted when I post a video. Love and best dishes, friends.